So at this point, we have an animation cycle, but our timeline is currently looping back and forth. So if we do something like this, or we set our in frame to something like 120, and then I'm going to go ahead and hit period on my number pad to zoom that out, you can see that our animation is going to stop, right? As soon as it goes past that, it's not going to do anything. So we want this to loop over time, not just play back the timeline in a loop, right? So the way we do that is by using animation modifiers, and this one specifically we're going to use here is going to be a cycle modifier. So to access this, we just simply hit N over our keyboard, and we'll get our properties over here. This is going to be properties for our keyframes currently, but we want to get the properties for the actual channel itself. So while I have my empty here selected, I'm going to select Y. And then as soon as we select that, we'll notice that we get access to our modifiers over here. And these modifiers work very, very similar to the traditional modifiers that we're used to over here in our geometry modifications, right? It's going to be property that's going to be applied on top of this, but it's going to be a non-destructive workflow. So what I'm going to do is here is simply add modifier, and then we'll just do cycles. And you'll see here, right off the bat, it's going to be looping, right? It's not looping everything. It's only doing this one channel, right? We got Y scale. So if we want to loop the other one, all you have to do is select this one, go over to our Z. So we can just turn off the other two because they're not actually moving right now. And we'll simply select Z and then go to modifiers and then cycles. And then you notice that we have a problem here. It's not looking at all like what we expect, right? So what's happening here, if we, I'm just going to hit my home key. And what's happening here, it's going to repeat on the last frame, right? And our last frame isn't actually 2 or 18. It's going to be 0 and 20, right? So it's repeating itself too early, essentially. So what we got to do here is simply take this keyframe, and we want to extrude it along the axis right here. So to do that, we're just going to simply turn off our cycles. We'll just turn that off for now. So it's just disabled, and then we'll simply hit I, and then we'll insert another location keyframe right there at 20. And we'll do the same thing for 0. So I, location, and then we'll turn this back on, and we'll see now we have that animation is fixed. And then if we hit number pad period with nothing selected, it'll zoom out, and we'll see that actually looping across there. So there we go. There's some other modifiers that we're going to get into as we go. There's simply like noise, for example, limits. We're going to be touching more of these as we go.